And so emotional intelligence allows you to even communicate much better with people than you would if you didn't have any emotional intelligence. And one of the tips, clearly I state the role of emotional intelligence in your ability to communicate. You see, communication is basically moving a message from a sender to a destination in a format that is understood, and in order to evoke feedback. All right, that's the logical, way that communication works. A lot of times we test to make sure, okay, is there a sender? Yeah, great. We test to see, okay, is there a receiver? Awesome. Are the channels open? Great. Is there feedback? Okay. But the one thing most of the time we forget is whether there are barriers, communication barriers, or there is not. And when you look at communication barriers, they can be physiological, they can be psychological, they can be language barriers. But I think one of the crucial ones that a lot of times we find triggering is emotional barrier. And that's why in the 7 C's, when we talk about communication, we talk about the 7 C's. One of the key things we talk about, besides clarity, completeness, conciseness, and all that, and coherence, is courtesy. Because when you're not courteous in the way you communicate, most of the time, people are hearing you, but they're not listening. Or they are listening, but they're not understanding, because there's a barrier that blocks them. And so your ability to empathize with the person that you speak to, first of all, makes you considerate, which is one of the C's. It allows you to analyze that audience that you're engaging. It allows you to connect with them, especially when you're doing public speaking and such. And so emotional intelligence allows you to even communicate much better with people than you would if you didn't have any emotional intelligence.